After President's Day, this is Peter Martin, the Web Doc, and I wanted to welcome everybody to the webinar. It is 1 o'clock straight up. I always like to start on time, but I'm going to give everybody a couple more minutes because I see a lot of people are just logging into the webinar right now, but I want to welcome everybody who is already on the webinar, and thank you for your time today. I am going to keep this webinar very clean, very concise. I'm going to go through a lot of information. At the end, I'm going to give everybody my contact information. If you would like a copy of my PowerPoint presentation, I am more than happy to share it with you. There's nothing on here that is proprietary. I want to give you the tools that you need to be successful because, like I said, this is going to walk you through some of the benefits of doing video testimonials. While we're waiting for a couple more people to join, I'll give you a quick little background on me for those of you who don't know who I am. I've been in the car business since longer than I can imagine. I actually started back in 1986 when I was in college. I had my first advertising agency, and I picked up a small little car dealership in Columbus, Ohio called Reichert Ford, and I was part of the team that over a 2-year period we were able to take that dealership from a little obscure dealership to the #1 Ford dealership in the United States. And that's how I learned about the car business and got my first exposure in the car business, and I was actually fortunate enough to be taught by two of the best car guys I know, Rhett and Fred Reichert. Since then, I've done a lot in the car industry, whether it be from a marketing standpoint, being a dealer myself for a while, to right now I'm focused on digital marketing, and my core company is a company called Cactus Sky, which a lot of people know of because we do a lot of email marketing for a lot of the vendors out there that are constantly trying to sell you things, like J.D. Power and Associates, Equifax, companies like that. They utilize our email marketing services. And with that exposure, we've come across a lot of different opportunities, and we created a product called Testimonial Builder, which this is not a sales pitch by any means, because what I'm literally doing is I'm undressing the product, and I'm going to tell you why video testimonials are powerful, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And you do not need my product. I'm not trying to sell you my product, but we're going to educate you about the value of testimonials and how they can really help your business, because what we learned in developing this product, in essence, is what I'm going to share with you, the secret sauce behind it. So it looks like we got a number of people that have joined the presentation, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and start it. Again, I want to thank everybody. At the end of the presentation, if you have any questions, what I like to do is keep the questions till the end. So if you would be so kind as to maybe jot them down, and I have time at the end of the presentation, you can simply just chat them to me through the control panel and go to webinar, and I'll answer all your questions. If for some reason I don't answer your question to your satisfaction, or you've got more questions, like I said, at the end I'm going to give you my contact information. Feel free to pick up the phone and call me. You can call me pretty much any time. The only time I'm not available is on Sunday, because that day is the one day I don't work. But I do work on Saturdays like most of you. But feel free to reach out to me, email me, or call me, and I'll answer any questions. I can help you do some things over the phone. I'm more than happy to do that. So with that being said, we're going to start the presentation titled, How to Increase Your Online Presence and Build Your Reputation with Video Testimonials. Why video testimonials? It's very simple. Video testimonials will help you build your local presence organically. It's going to help generate a lot of new sales opportunities. It's also going to dramatically increase your online reputation. I'm going to dive into that for a quick second. One of my companies is a company called eReputation Builder, and back when online reputation became important, I decided to leverage our ability to deliver emails past the spam filters to help dealers get more positive online reviews. Our concept failed miserably, and I hate to admit that we failed, but it failed miserably because my goal was to help dealers get more reviews on Google Plus and Yelp, and at the time DealerRater, and all the different review platforms. What we discovered through that product, we did very well at delivering the emails on behalf of the dealers, but 80% of the people, when they clicked on a link in the email, and there was 4 links, 3 of them were review sites, Cars.com, DealerRater, Google+, but the 4th link was not satisfied because we gave the consumer the opportunity to either leave a positive review or to complain. 80% of the people clicked on the not satisfied button. we did a great job with that product of preventing bad reviews. There's never been a product out there that I've seen that does a better job of preventing those bad reviews. But as far as getting good reviews, it failed miserably. With that being said, that's what came and created the idea for Testimonial Builder, because I wanted a way to help dealers capture a good, positive review at the time of delivery. Because what we found through eReputation Builder was when we asked for it after the customer left, 80% of the people were going to blast us. So that's how Testimonial Builder came, and that's why video reviews are so important at the time of delivery. Now this is an old screen. I took it from ZMOT, Zero Moment of Truth. It was a book published by Google, and it was where Google was really bragging about how the buying process has changed, whether it be a car, a washer and dryer, even a book. Today, people no longer go to the yellow pages. They go online and they start doing their searching, and they do their searching. They then read reviews. They're then, if available, they're going to watch videos. Google realized this, and they realized the importance of videos, and that was one of the reasons why they purchased YouTube. They want to control the video aspect as well for SEO. And then the last thing they're going to do is they're going to ask for referrals, usually from your network of friends. And those are the 4 stages that people go through before they purchase any product. And that is why video testimonials are an important part of the buying process today. Simply put, 9 out of 10 consumers trust an online review as much as a personal recommendation. There's some people I know that won't buy a single product without first checking what the reviews are like across the board. There's people, Yelpers out there, that won't go into a restaurant if that restaurant has a bad Yelp review. Well, Google owns YouTube, as many of you know, and Google is the #1 search engine, but YouTube is the 2nd largest search engine. But because Google owns YouTube, they have a lot of interaction. This right here is by far the single most important slide in my entire PowerPoint, even more important than my contact information. So that says a lot about this slide. I'm sure all of you have a big smile on your face, especially if you've ever heard me speak in public. But the reason why this is so important is this. Google is using voice recognition software, and they are listening to your videos. So if you are filming video testimonials and uploading them to your YouTube channel and properly optimizing them, your videos have a very high probability of ending up on page 1 of Google when somebody does a search for your product or service in your market. So if you think about that, they're listening to your videos. So it is very important that in your video you say the correct things. You have to say the correct keywords. And all of those things, if done properly, will be incorporated into the Google ranking algorithm. So what is the benefit for your business? It's very simple. It's going to get you more online exposure. The bigger your online footprint is, the more business you're going to generate. Audio keywords are very important because it helps optimize your videos and increase your exposure. So as you're doing the videos, you also have to make sure that you optimize your channel. So it's a 2-part process. So when you're doing that, this is one of the things that you need to keep in mind. You need to optimize your YouTube channel and make sure it's correct and up to date, but you also need to optimize the keywords on the video. Let's take, for example, you're selling a car, and you're selling a Ford F-150. On that video, you need to, #1, mention in the video portion what you're selling. So Google, when they're listening to that video, they're going to pick up Ford F-150. But you also need to go back to that video and optimize it on your YouTube channel to make sure that video is properly tagged with Ford F-150. These are some very simple, basic things that you need to do, but they're critical if you want this to be successful. So how do you shoot a video testimonial? It's very simple. I have some dealers that are doing a phenomenal job with it, and I've got other ones that are having a hard time with it. If you make it too difficult, people are going to shy away from it. But for the most part, people are not afraid of getting in front of a camera that is built into a smartphone because they're very used to it. It's something that everybody likes to do. And quite frankly, We live in a very narcissistic society where people like to be the center of the world, and they love seeing themselves on video. So you get the customer, you put him in front of the camera, and you start. I recommend you have a sample script already put together for yourself or for your team. Why that's important is this. You want to make sure that you say the key words. Now, this is an example off of my app, which you can see. By the way, my app is free. If you want to use it for free, you can try it. But we put this in right here. You can see the script. This is salesperson's name with the company name. I'm here in your city and state. Those are key things that need to be said as part of your introduction. You then say, I'm with Susie. She recently purchased the product description. Again, we sold a Ford F-150. That's where you say it. And then you simply ask the customer to give their testimonial. So you point the camera, you hit the record button, and you use the script and ask for the testimonial. It is that simple. You don't have to use a teleprompter. You could do this just by simply pointing it, turning on your video recorder, and hit record on your phone, and then you can just upload it to YouTube yourself. What is very important is you need to make sure that you say the location of your business, the city and state, and the product that they purchased. If you're selling a car, 2017 Ford F-150. Why the city and state is so critical is this. Somebody is looking for a new Ford F-150. They're going to put into Google Ford F-150. They're going to get back millions upon millions upon millions of search return results. The next thing that they're logically going to do is they're going to narrow their search by putting in the city and state. So they're going to narrow their search. So as long as you say your location in addition to the product that you're selling, Google is going to hear that and incorporate that into the SEO algorithm. Very, very important part of the process. You then want to close out the video by thanking the customer, and you want to then, at this point, you want to give your website address and your phone number. Because, again, the purpose of this video testimonial is to help you generate business. This is also important for the SEO algorithm. But now the video is closed out by you thanking the customer and giving your website address and your phone number. So somebody watching that video can now easily find who and where you are and contact you. The next question I'm asked all the time is, how long should the video be? The answer is, should not be more than 2 minutes long. If it's more than 2 minutes long, people are not going to watch it. You want to keep your portion, the opening and the closing, as short as possible, and you want to give the customer an opportunity to talk about how happy they are, how they love the product, how they love you as a salesperson, even how much they love the business. But you want to keep it short and sweet. I recommend that you try and keep it about 60 seconds or just over 60 seconds, because you want to make sure this is very easy for people to find and listen to, because you want them to get to the end of the video where it has your website address and your phone number. If somebody is rambling on for 3 minutes, people are going to cut the video off, and your opportunity for your phone number and your website address is going to be missed. So you want to keep the video as short as possible. This is the second most important screen in my entire presentation. You must, and I will say it again, you must get a signed release from the person giving you the testimonial if you want to use it in your advertising on your website. If you don't, and you start using that person's video on your website and in your advertising, and you don't have a written release, they can legally come back and sue you because that you don't have permission. And as you know, people love suing car dealers because they think that everybody has a deep pocket. And we live in a very litigious society, so if somebody sees it, they're out there, you're using them and their video to help build your business, at some point someone's going to come back and try to sue you. As long as you have their permission and a signed release, you're fine. What I typically tell my dealers is this: if you're going to film a video testimonial, make sure you get a release signed and you put a copy of it in the deal jacket. That way, if they ever come back on you, you've got a copy of it in the deal jacket. If you're going to use the app, which like I said earlier is free, you can use it up to 7 times. My app that we built, we actually did that, and we built a release form into the app where they can actually take their finger and on your phone just sign it, and it's kept on file. It makes it very simple, very clean, and very easy to do. And it protects you, and that's what's important. After you film the video and you upload it to YouTube, YouTube is going to give you a message that says, congratulations, your video has been uploaded. Do you want to tell a friend? You always want to hit the tell a friend, and that is where you want to send a copy of the video testimonial to the person that gave you the testimonial. Let's take Susie, for example. She just bought an F-150 from me. She gave a great testimonial about what a great salesperson I was and how wonderful it was and how she loves her new truck. The sooner you can get that video in Susie's hot little hands, the better off you're going to be. Because once she has it in her hands, she can now start sharing it. It only takes a few minutes to film the testimonial, and you want to make sure you do it when you're with the customer. If you try and ask for it after she left, it's not going to work. But it's going to create a level of excitement that is going to be beneficial, because when that video hits her phone, like I said, as soon as you get that notification from YouTube, you can forward it to her, and she'll probably get it within a minute to 5 minutes. She may actually be there with you, and her phone would buzz. You're telling her that she has an email. She opens up her email, and there it is, and there's a video of her taking delivery of her new Ford F-150. While she's excited and she has that video in front of her, the goal is to get her to share it on Facebook. That's where the magic happens. Because the average person has 350 friends on Facebook. Think about that. 350 friends that trust her, that like Susie, that are going to be happy that she bought a new car. And she's going to share that video, and every time she does, it's another benefit for you. This is an actual dealer that is using the testimonial system, testimonial builder system. This video has over 2,200 views. This presentation was put together about 2 months ago, but it's gone from 1,200 to 2,200. Part of the reason for that is this video went a little bit viral because this guy right here in white, the guy that bought the car, he actually did a backflip. Now, I will tell you, I have a lot of people that are using the video and they want to be in the video. This guy right over here is a salesperson. I personally do not recommend that. If you want people to share the video and get the most exposure of that video, you really don't want to be in the video. Let's face it, most people have a face that was made for radio. They should be the ones holding the camera, filming the video, because the person that needs to be the star of the video needs to be this guy right here, the guy that bought the product or bought the car, because that's the person who's going to turn around and want to share it with his friends. If you're standing next to him, now it kind of becomes a little bit split screen type thing, and it's really, am I promoting this guy, or am I really talking about the fact that I got a great vehicle? I highly recommend that you do not get in the video. I apologize if I hurt anyone's feelings, but you should not be in the video. Just get your customer in the video. They will do better, and they will share them more often. One of the reasons why this video went viral as well is the dealer who works at the dealership that has this video right here, they include that in their email marketing. They sent out like a big email blast to like 300,000 people. And that video was very popular. A lot of people clicked on that link to watch the video. That's the other benefit with the videos. But now let's get down to the brass tacks. Why this number is important. Okay, and this is the piece that you need to understand in this presentation. The more views you have, the higher relevance that video has in the SEO algorithm. Let me put it really simple. If I'm in Baltimore, Maryland, and I did a video of a Ford F-150 and my video has 1,000 views, and there's another guy in Baltimore, Maryland who has a video out there on YouTube and it has 500 views, when Google is deciding which video is going to be on page one of the factors in making that decision is going to be how many views. Because what Google is looking for is the relevance of the video. So the more people that watch the video, the higher likelihood it is for that video to make it to page 1 of Google. So you want to have the video to be clean. You don't want to be in it because I think it detracts from the person's likelihood of sharing that video, because the more views you get of your video, the better chance you have of getting that video on page 1. So now when somebody is in Baltimore, Maryland searching for a Ford F-150, all of a sudden there's a video that pops up on page 1, and we know how people like watching videos, and it's a happy customer talking about the great experience they had at my Ford dealership and what a great salesperson I was and how it was a fun experience. That video is going to have a higher impact and a higher value to that potential customer. And if you do it properly, when you close out the video, you're giving your name, your phone number, and your website address. So it has a lot of power and a lot of benefit for you. So every time you film a video, it is critical that you start sharing it immediately with the person that gave you the video. Because every person has 350 friends. So if you're a good salesperson and you sell 10 cars a month and you do 10 testimonials, you've got a potential of reaching 3,500 people a month that now are seeing what a great salesperson you are and what a great experience that person had. So every time you sell a car, whether it be a car, a washer and dryer, whatever the product it is, every time you do, you've got an opportunity to reach a very good local audience. Don't take my word for it. This is actually a quote from one of my clients who's using the product, and here's what he had to say about the power of the SEO. I'm having what I consider a personal victory, and I'm curious what others think. I'm having a dealer principal from a competing Toyota dealership near me complaining about our customer testimonials because they're showing up for searches for their dealership. This works whether you're doing cars, you're a restaurant, you're an insurance company. It really doesn't make a difference what your product or service is. The power of video testimonials works for anything. If you're looking to sell a product, using video testimonials will get you massive exposure across the web. And you can start selling today. It's really that simple. By simply you shoot your testimonial, you share it on YouTube, then you share it on social media, and you start building your brand. That's how clean and simple it is. There's my contact information. Like I told you, I was going to keep this very clean, very concise. I'm more than happy to give you my PowerPoint presentation and share that with you. But at this point in time, I'd like to open it up to any questions you might have. And all you have to do is just text them to me. And I'm right now looking at the questions. So fire away. Okay, it looks like the first question came in. The question is, can you use your existing YouTube channel? Of course you can. If you have a YouTube channel, you can use your existing YouTube channel. I would recommend, though, it might be cleaner for you to set up a second YouTube channel that is specifically for testimonials. That way you'll have all your testimonials on one location, and it's a little bit cleaner. Hope that's a good answer for you. Here's another question just came in. What about putting testimonials on your website? That is a very good question and something I highly recommend. You definitely want to put your testimonials on your website. I would not put all of them. It may be a little overwhelming, but I would take your best ones and put them on your website so that when somebody goes to your website, they can actually see the testimonials. The other reason why I say that is we do a lot of research, we attend a lot of events, and one of the statistics that came up that was a little bit alarming to me was that like 80% of the people surveyed don't believe your recommendations that are on your website. So when you put the recommendations up there, those written recommendations, they don't believe them because they figure you're only going to put up what's good. With a video testimonial, people can actually see the person's facial expressions and hear their tone and their voice, and they can actually see, and it creates a sense of authenticity in the testimonial because you really can't fake a video. That's a very good question, but I would go back and I would select the best ones off of the out of your testimonials, and put 4 or 5, maybe 6 up there. I think that would be great. Next question was, this is an interesting one. Would this product work, and testimonials would work for a restaurant? It would work for any business where people are going to be looking for recommendations. Because if you have a happy customer or a satisfied customer, whether it be a patron in a restaurant, if you're an attorney, it could be a client that you did I don't know, a will for, whatever it is, having a testimonial that you can put on your website, you can share with other people, is very beneficial. So yes, it would work for a restaurant. Well, you're shooting these questions at me pretty fast and furious. Give me a second here to read this one. No, the question is, do you need the app to do testimonials? Absolutely, positively not. I just built the app. It's something that's available. Like I said, I'm not here to sell you anything. You can film testimonials with your phone, upload them to your YouTube channel, and syndicate them yourselves. You don't need to use the app. The app makes it very easy. Like I said, you can download it for free. You could try it for free for 7 times. The base version of the app, which is like with the starter package, is $4.99 a month. So it's not like it's a lot of money. The price goes up depending on the users and the other pieces of the puzzle. So no, you don't need the app. You can do this all yourself. The app does 2 things for you. Number 1, it provides a script, and number 2, it has the release form. The release form is very important. You need to have the release form. Okay. I've got time for about 2 more questions because, like I said, I want to keep this very short. I like to try and keep it under 30 minutes. I'm running down to about 3 minutes. The next question is, what's my website? My website is right there on the screen. It's testimonialbuilder.com. And it'll be the last question right here. The last question is, where do you get a release form? That's a tough question. You can go online, and you can find them online. If you type in video or photo release forms, you can get some different generic ones there. You may want to just take a generic one, shoot it by your attorney, have him take a look at it. I would not pay an attorney to go build one because there's a lot of them available online. They're real simple to get. You can find them online. I apologize, I'm not an attorney. I can't give you one, but you can just go search on Google and find a couple different ones. They're real simple. The key is you want to just make sure that in the release form you get their name, their address, their phone number, the date, and you want to make sure that they're giving you permission to use the video on your website and on your advertising, and you want to maybe incorporate in all different types of advertising just to protect yourself. Well, like I said, everybody, I want to thank you all for your time. I appreciate you all attending, and I'm running out of questions right there, so we got my last question answered. If you have any other questions, I'm going to leave this up on the screen. Feel free to call me or email me. I'll give you anything you might need, any way I can help you like that, except I can't send you a release form because I'm not an attorney and I don't want to get myself in trouble. But I want to thank you all for attending. As you know, we do these webinars once a month. We change the topics out all the time. If you go to the Testimonial Builder website and you look at the bottom, you can click and you can see what the webinar schedule is. And every month we're going to be doing a different webinar to help you build your business. Once again, this is a webinar is signing off, and the WebDoc is thanking everybody for their time. Have a great day and a great rest of the week. Thanks again for joining us.